chosen ones, empaths, and all the genuine souls out there, I'm pleading with you. Please see how this is all an act from the narcissist that was involved in your life. Please see how they're acting, okay? I can understand you being hurt, but you need to put your emotions aside for a moment. It's about looking beneath the veil and seeing what's really going on, okay? Look at yourself. Look at the things you did. Look at the person you was to them. Look at the person they pretended to be to you. Remember, they were mirroring you. So everything good you saw in them, okay, was a reflection of yourself. And so if someone can act and mirror you in that way and make you feel that comfortable, make you feel like you're in a perfect relationship or near perfect relationship, at least at some period of time, if someone can have that influence over you, then they can also have the influence over you now to make you think that they're happy, that they've moved on, yet they're struggling. Okay? Yet they're struggling. This is what I rack my brains, because I know many of you understand, many of you understand what I'm trying to express, and you've seen the signs in your own life, okay? But I always see the comments. Some people don't understand. Some people, all they see is that the narcissist has gone on with a new supply and they think they're living happily ever after. And that's why I say focus on yourself, okay? Do you feel like, I'm asking you honestly, like, do you feel like you didn't do enough? Because if you do, that's an effect that a narcissist has on an individual. They can make you feel like you didn't do enough. This is why you got to break from the spell they put you under. They put you under a spell where you're not seeing reality, okay? It could be, accumulation of gaslighting and everything that's happened through the relationship, but some of you are not seeing the real picture. Please press the like and the subscribe button. Help your brother out. It'll take 2 seconds of your time. Thank you. This is an act. They're acting like they don't care. They're acting like they're unfazed, unbothered by losing you. Like, you've got to be realistic now. Many of you, the narcissists involved in your life have transitioned into new relationships very quickly. Some of you might have realized at the time when they've done it. They've gone with these new supplies very quickly. Some of you might have found out later and then pieced together that they must have done it more quicker than they let on. But either way, they've gone to these new supplies very quickly. Now, regular human beings, okay, genuine souls, genuine souls, empaths, aren't gonna be able to let go that quickly, okay? In genuine relationships between empaths or chosen ones or genuine relationships, that's how they are. And the narcissist isn't exempt from that. If anything, the narcissist is more dependent because they're reliant upon your supply. They're in servitude to you, really, when you analyze the situation. Although they're trying to pull the strings and everything like that, they're very dependent upon you. And the moment that you take your power back, or the moment that you stop giving them supply, or you stop chasing after them and you take your power back, you really see, you'll see the bigger picture. Okay, you'll see proofs and evidences in your own life that this narcissist is struggling. Okay, because they let on. Many of you are still looking on the social media. That, I swear by it, that creates an energy shift. Okay? If, like, for example, if you receive any benefit from these audios or these videos, or unless this is your first time here, or you know, if you check some other videos out and you receive some benefit from the videos, that's because I'm channeling my energy into trying to help. Okay? If a narcissist, if you're channeling your energy focused on them, looking on their social media, channeling your energy towards that, surely with E equals MC squared, everything is energy in the whole universe, they're gonna feel something. Okay, it's gonna create an influence in the spiritual realm, in the energetic realm. It's gonna create an influence that they can feel. And that's why it comes to you letting go. It comes to you using the tools that you have to see exactly what I'm saying. Like, they're not like, if you know yourself that you're a loyal person, you're a truthful person, you've done your best by them. You've done your best by them. A lot of people are half-assed, if that's the right word. Like, they don't give their best. They don't try their best. They don't try to love in the purest way, or try and support in the purest way. Like, they're not gonna find someone of your quality. It's just evident in the world. I don't know what centuries ago was like. Was there more morally right people in the world? I don't know, right? I don't know, but at least nowadays, there's a lot of toxic people. Okay, obviously, we wasn't around centuries ago to actually have a conversation and figure people out and things like that. So I'm just saying, like, nowadays, it's very toxic. And if they come across you, they're very fortunate and they're very blessed to have come across you. And that's what you have to realize. That's your impact. That's the imprint you leave on them. This leaves them struggling. This leaves them craving your supply. This leaves them, and they try their hardest to fight it. Okay? They don't want to admit it. Okay? They don't want to admit they care. They it's the caring and the regret is about themselves. That's what I'm saying. I don't want you to misunderstand. Them regretting is about themselves. They're unhappy about their personal situation that hasn't worked out. Okay? They'll try and glorify it like it has worked out. They'll try and make out that it has worked out. That's still to have control over you and assert control over you. But really, it hasn't worked out. And they are regretting, and they care about themselves. Okay? They care about themselves, and they care about their condition that they're currently functioning in. Alright? Or trying to live life in. And they're not getting a supply source. This is why they crave you. Alright? It's a self-absorbed regret. It's self-absorbed. Okay? It's not, this is what, like, some of you are looking for them to care about how you're feeling, or to care about your upset. Like, you've got to like really understand that it's not about you and caring if you're upset. Like, why do you don't need the narcissist to care if you're upset. All right, I know you're in a relationship with them. I understand you desiring that, but you don't need a narcissist to care if you're upset. Then they enjoy seeing you in pain. I'm trying to encourage you to break from that pain into motivation, into ascension, into growth, into healing. And this is what triggers them to get annoyed and frustrated. And then you'll see them, they'll come out of their lair. They'll reach out, they'll do something when they see you doing well, when they see you're okay. Many of you are still under the spell. Okay? And they do care about their current condition and themselves. Alright? They do care. This is the caring you need to focus on. And if you're conscious that they care about their current condition and their lifestyle that's not living up to the full potential of where it was at when it was with you, then they're going to be regretting that as well, and they're going to be in a self-absorbed regret about how they handled the situation, how they burnt the bridge with you, how they, broke connections with you, how they didn't leave the door open to come back, because many of them end up like discarding you or something, or ghosting you or abandoning you to make it very difficult for them to reach out to you. So it's hard for them to go back on the steps and the path that they've walked. And that's what they struggle with. That's what they regret. They regret the way they handled it. Okay? It's not a heartfelt emotion because they're feeling bad or guilty. That's what none of you are going to get that. And you don't need that. You need to know that they're struggling in life without you. If you're someone who done your best by them, they're not going to find that in the world. They're not. They'll be fortunate enough to come across that once. Okay? The same thing with like you're half the part of a perfect of a real relationship. Not perfect, but a real relationship, okay? An authentic relationship, a genuine relationship. You're half the part of that. For you to come across true love with a genuine soul, an empathetic soul, a chosen one maybe, for you to come across that might only happen once in your lifetime. So it's the same like ratio, or if you understand, or potential or probability for a narcissist. They've already had you. You're that one person in their life that they're going to come across. That's who you are. That's who I'm talking to. You have to be assured of that. Stop believing the narcissist bullshit. Stop believing it. Okay? It's all an act. They acted and mirrored and made you feel like you had a vision with them and a fantasy, and you were going like they put on all this. They lived that fantasy as well. They believed it as well, but they put on an act to be around you in life, and that act that they put on to be around you, you believed it, and now they're putting on an act now, and some of you are believing it. Okay, that's the problem. All right, you really need to realize you're not connecting the points that you've got. Okay, you've got signs, you've got things that are there. All right, it's all in you. If you look at yourself, you'll know. All right, if you look at yourself and you look at the world, and it's having discernment. It's not judging. It's having discernment. It's being able to see that you are a decent person, and it's very rare in this world. That's what you need to know. And they don't just go on with some new supply and it's all picture perfect and happily ever after. Like, who are these people that can just find relationships that are healthy? The world is falling apart with broken relationships all over the world, even in non-narcissistic ones. People are breaking up and divorces and stuff like that. So what the hell do you think a narcissist can somehow have a functionable relationship? How can a narcissist can't have a functionable relationship. They can't have one. They're not gonna get that. That's like imaginary. You see? This is not seeing beneath the veil. This is staying in fantasy land. If you like, how are they gonna have a perfect relationship if you can't find a perfect relationship? Like, how are they gonna have one? You gotta be realistic. You've really gotta be realistic about this. How are they gonna have a perfect one when you can't find a perfect one? It don't make no sense, right? And they're not. And what's happening is, by you looking onto their social medias or hearing through the grapevine about what they're doing and keeping tabs on them, you're making yourself sick. All right, it's making you ill. It's making you sick. You're becoming very dependent upon them. Like, watching every move, it is dangerous for you. You need to just embrace what you've been dealt. Embrace the fact that they're struggling. Don't let them back. None of this regret, or them regretting this self-absorbed regret, or them caring about their current condition is not living up to its full potential, doesn't need to get you to keep looking even. Alright? Even if you're conscious, even if you embrace the fact that they're regretting, they're suffering, still don't look on their social media to see them suffering. It's something that you should just take on board. Okay? Or if you've got the discernment, the ability to see it, okay, if you look on the social media, you'll see it in a certain way, and you'll see they've orientated their social medias towards you to antagonize you, to disrupt you, to try to destroy you. Okay, they don't want to admit they're suffering. A stubborn narcissist that lies, that deceives. If they deceive, they live a life of deception. Then obviously it's the opposite of what's happening. If you're witnessing them living their best life, it's obviously not their best life. They're obviously using deception. It's obviously manipulation still. Okay? If you see them struggling, then they could be trying to do things to make you feel sorry for them as well, as a manipulation tactic to try and get you back. Okay? They might start saying a range of things. A lot of narcissists threaten with suicide, and you shouldn't take it lightly either. You should alert the ambulance service and get them some help and just back away. Okay, that's what I'd advise you do, but they can do stuff like that as well. So I'm trying to say, it's all deception. If a narcissist saying, like, the thing is, I don't want to give off bad information that's gonna make you make the wrong decision. Please understand and embrace what I'm saying. If a narcissist is threatening their life, do the best you can, alert the ambulance service and get them help. But most likely, it's part of a deception plan, okay, to manipulate you. Same way as them living their best life is a manipulation plan to hurt you, to trigger you, to annoy you, to frustrate you. The thing is, if you know these people as cheaters, as liars, as deceivers, just because they're with a new supply, going on a holiday and posting a picture on a romantic location on a sunset of a beach, doesn't mean they're living their best life. And I just use that as an example. Okay? You don't hear about the bickering between them and the new supply because they're not happy with how the photo looked or how the new supply was, and the argument that happened in between that photo. And this is what I'm saying. They can't pair bond. They can't connect with other individuals. The only way they was able to connect with you to the efficiency that they did was because of your potential, was because of who you are, was because of your charm, and was because they mirrored you. They can't do that. You have strong mirroring abilities as well, so you was mirroring them back as well, and that's what caused some narcissistic injuries. But they don't have the ability to create authentic connections, not solid, stable connections. They don't have this, so they are regretting, they are annoyed and frustrated that they lost you. Okay, they are a mess. Just understand that they live a life of deception. It's all an act, and they're really struggling. The narcissist is struggling. Okay, just think about what I said. Honestly, you have to see this. This is your closure. When you see this, this is your closure. This is you letting go. You'll see this. If you look correctly, you can see this. But you don't need to look on their social media. You don't need to just look at the situation If you still do look on the social media, try look with different eyes. Try to see what I'm saying. You'll see is they're trying to trigger you. They're trying to do things on the social media. It's so blatant. It's so blatant, and they all play the same game. They all play the same game. So anyway, thank you for watching today. If you'd like to book a one-to-one session with myself, or you'd like to check out the spiritual channel, links for that in the description box below. And if you'd like, lastly, if you'd like to donate or support to the channel, you don't have to, but if you'd like to, you can always find the link in the description box below as well. So anyway, I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.